Hi there, my name is Charlie DeShulo, aka DJ Cheddar, and today I'm with.
WHYTRI.
Thank you so much for coming on today, man. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come on. Okay, so I watched your mini documentary, right? And your career has a lot of
sick, bro. Appreciate that.
Of course, it has a lot of ups and downs. It's really interesting. So you wanted to be a professional dancer at first, correct?
Yeah, I used to be a semi-professional dancer. I used to travel and do things that are called jams. I don't know what the jam is. So a jam is pretty much like, think of it as a battle style competition, like the same ones you would see in like the dance movies where like you enter this competition and then there's groups. There's like one-on-one popping, two-on-two popping, all styles breaking. And I would just enter those to like, you would go in and you do the prelims. And if you get chosen from the prelims, you get to enter the actual bracket. I never actually won the jam. The highest I ever came was top 4. And I think I came in 3rd place because I lost to one of my crewmates.
But that's still impressive.
Cool. It was called, I think it was, yeah, thank you. It was like the Battle for Your Life preliminaries in Connecticut. We made it to the finals in Atlantic City. And it was crazy, bro. So I made it to top 3 in Connecticut, and then I got to the prelims and I lost the first round in the finals in New Jersey. I learned so much from dance, from like the discipline. It made me very good with being able to connect and talk to people because dancing allowed me to like would meet so many people over the internet and just in real life and like learn how to connect on social media and just like asking people for help and how to move and just how to get better as an artist dance wise. It's kind of just all that, everything I learned from dance kind of carried over to like hip hop and just making music. But yeah, bro, like I thought like when I was like 15, 16, if you told me when I was 16, 17 that I was going to be like a hip hop artist that's actually like good, I would like laugh in your face. So to be here now, it's pretty tight. I mean, it's cool. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
How did you transition to like from a dancer to a rapper? Because I feel like those are very, very different.
Yeah, so the way I transitioned was, so I think I got to college. I did like my first year of college. I wanted to work on making clothes. I got into a lot more into fashion, so I started my clothing brand, which was called Lost Vision. And at the time, I was going on campus, making some money, selling the merch, getting the brand like popping in my section of Rhode Island and just my school. That kind of taught me how to like brand things and like kind of create a narrative around a product. So at a certain point, I was like, yo, I'm going to branch out to different schools by sponsoring my homies that play football. I had my friend Kendall that I think she was like Miss Teen Connecticut at a point. And I had my other homie, his name was Reggie Hugh. He was a rapper. And he was like, till this day, he's I feel like one of the illest bar rappers that I know. And at this point in time, I was like, yo, bro, like, I want to sponsor you. I want to help promote you, this, that, and the third. He was like, cool. And while things were going, I was kind of like, yo, you should try doing this with your raps. You should try to like do these type of things. And he was never really with it because he felt like that wasn't really him. But I didn't understand that concept because I was like, nah, these ideas are so dope. And I kind of started pushing that ideology on like other music homies to the point I was like, I'm going to prove to y'all these ideas are so sick. I'm just going to do it myself.
And now you're doing it. So do you still have your clothing brand?
Lost Vision has kind of turned more into like a production company. I kind of do a lot of like the events under Lost Vision. Like, for example, I did Shield 1 and Shield 2. That was like a Lost Vision production.
Gotcha. So do you produce?
Yeah. I do produce. Do I think I'm the greatest at it or I'm good at it? No, but I have produced my own records. Like, if you go back and listen to A Bad Porno, I produced Go Go Gadget and I produced Summer Flame.
That's really cool. I didn't know that you produced it. I mean, that's sick, man. I props to you.
What am I talking about? Yeah, I worked on Saucy McGee on my album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did the 808 and the melody for that. I think, but
that's awesome.
I can't remember which one I did, but yeah, I produced on Saucy McGee.
That's awesome, man. So let's talk about your new album. So first off, great job. Honestly, it's a great album. Definitely check it out. So how did you meet Jon Glass?
We have two different versions of the story. He said that we first met at this event that my homie Connor my homie Connor Holloway put together. I'd say 2018, where I came out and I did a guest performance with my homegirl Hope Dope, and that's where we met the first time. In my mind, we met on the internet. Like I remember, So I think we met there, and then he hit me on the internet, and then he was like, "Yo, we should link up." Now I'm like, "Cool." So I pulled up to the studio. I pulled up to the old Glass House studio, and we linked up, chopped it up. We made one record. One turned into two, two turned into four, two turned into like eight, eight turned into like 12. And somewhere around the line, I kind of got this concept of making a project called MOMMA Make Art, and kind of just building the thought process and the overall idea for the project, and then just making the correct records that kind of fit that idea. And then I had the album. This album I've had for a long time, but the thing was, I felt like the music that I made at that point was so good, I didn't want to fall on deaf ears, because I originally was going to release MOMMA, I think, before COVID, if COVID didn't happen. Because COVID happened, I was like, I don't want these songs to kind of go to waste, so I kind of want to just wait till everything opens up. Because I thought COVID, like everything else, would be like a 2-month, 6-month thing, and then it became 2 years. So
yeah, man, I feel you. I mean, it definitely has a certain type of energy that, like, I don't know. I know you're on tour right now, so I'm assuming it's really hype, because like a lot of the songs, like I can definitely see people like moshing to, for example.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
What's your favorite record on the album?
Probably the final track, honestly. Like,
really?
Yeah.
That's very interesting to me.
Yeah, because it's not a hype song, but it's like some of your best wordplay, honestly. Some of your best just lyrical content. Like I just like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Because to me, I felt like out of all the songs on the album, that song needed the most work from my perspective of writing. I thought when I put it out, like now that it's out, I always look at that record like, damn, like I wish that I wrote better on that song. But the thing about me, I don't really focus on perfection. I'm more focused on like making things excellent. So I felt like when working on MOMMA and finishing it, I did the most excellent job I could to my degree of artistry at that point in time. If I was to go back and edit it or work on it, I'd kind of be tainting the original energy that I had on it by going back and trying to fix something that may not need to be fixed. So it's like, I could have said things better on the last track? Yes. But should I have gone back and done it? Probably not, because I think it would have been as authentic to people when they heard it.
Honestly, it's like, it's so emotionally raw. I don't know. Like, I feel like it just like captures the album perfectly. I actually did want to ask you about that song. So some of the final words that you say on it, you say, I have it right here. Tell my mom I think success is right around the corner. So you've been pursuing music for like a minute now, right? So telling your mom,
I want to say,
yeah, how long?
I want to say I started taking music seriously around 2017.
Okay, so it's been a minute now. So was telling your mother, like, I don't know your relationship with your mom, but like, was telling your mother like your vision for your career, like, was that a hard conversation to have? Was that an easy conversation to have?
Nah, I'm Caribbean, bro. She laughed at me. Yeah, man, because when you're Caribbean, I mean, I speak to all Caribbean, but I'm Haitian, so the way it works is like a lot of artists who are Caribbean or come from the Caribbean household, like a lot of our parents didn't get to come from a more relaxed environment to be able to even think pursuing art was a real thing. It hasn't really been until the past maybe 2 years that my family has kind of been able to understand that the music stuff I do is actually on like a real type of level. You know what I'm saying? Like, because now I can I think when I showed her like my first check from a show, she was like, "Oh wow, like I get it." But it's more of a thing of like I've had to prove myself. You know what I'm saying? That this is actually a real thing coming.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
just continuing to do that.
Yeah, continuing to improve and continuing to grow. And I mean, in that line, you also say that you think success is right around the corner. So I got to ask, why do you think so? I mean, I honestly do agree with you. I think your career is definitely reaching some new heights. But why do you think that?
I can't really say it right now on air because there's some things that's happening right now that I can't really speak of yet, so something solidified. But I got some cool stuff going on. So I feel like since Since Collision and putting out this album, I've definitely gotten a lot more opportunities that I think are very like catered and just like directly special towards me. So I definitely feel like success is around the corner. And it's funny because, like I said, I've had this album for a long time. So I made that song a while back. So to put it now and to see the things that I was talking about kind of come into fruition more, or the things I wanted when I was working on that project slowly starting to creep in, definitely makes me feel like that album is way more valid than I think it was when I was writing it.
Yeah, man, I definitely agree.
That makes sense.
No, that does make sense. And I'm honestly kind of excited to see what you have coming up next, honestly. But yeah, like as you were, I don't know, like on this album, I can definitely see you growing. You know, I can definitely 100% see you growing. And in your documentary, you actually say something along the lines like, I don't want to be boxed in, you know, like you want to like sharpen your skills and stuff. So
that's why I named myself WHYTRI. I wanted to from the beginning, I never wanted to be in the box. I always looked up like to artists. Like for example, my favorite artist is like Ludacris. You know, that's an artist that was never really able to be boxed in, and he's made hits in multiple different like type of genres. Like he had an R&B hit with him all over the world. He has street hits. He has commercial hits. You know, and I always thought your name is going to describe your whole artistry, and your whole artistry is going to describe your brand. So I really wanted to make a name that didn't really allow it to box me in. For example, right? Tyler, the Creator. You can't box in Tyler, the Creator, because he's the creator. He can do whatever he wants. Same thing with Ludacris. Ludacris is the word for like obnoxious, abrasive, overwhelming. It's you know what I'm saying? My name means exactly what it says. Like, just why I try. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to try so many different things as long as I make it make sense. It correlates back to me. You know what I'm saying? Like everything from like the music to even like my merchandise, bro. Like, bro, I sell foam fingers. You know, I sell keychains and foam fingers and like stuff that the average artist might not do, but I feel like I'm able to do just because it makes more sense to and correlates to what I am and what my values are as WHYTRI and as artists. That's which is what I'm really big on.
That's actually like mad cool to use cell foam fingers. I have like never heard of another artist like doing that. In my opinion, you kind of actually stand out a little bit. You do seem very unique. So how do you think that you separate yourself from the others?
Having an understanding of what I want musically and what I want to do with my career. My music too. My music doesn't have a home base. I feel like what I'm doing, especially now with alternative crunk, I'm really trying to create I've always kind of created my own lane. I feel like I never really fit in with a lot of the acts, especially in like the Boston or the England area, but I knew what I was doing was always really good. So I knew like for a while, I think after I did a bad porno, I knew that whatever I'm going to do musically is going to be a lot harder because I feel like I'm kind of making my own blueprint compared to following somebody else's or getting given one based on like what the sounds that are coming in and out of the city are. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool because I can say that with my music and how I stand out and what I do, it's very refreshing and it's very original. So I feel like once the people, my thing right now is about being in front of the people that get it, because once they get it, they're going to really love it. That's how it's always been. People who understand or get what I do love it. And that's why I feel like I have the fan base that I do right now that's been growing steadily.
You said something like a few minutes ago that you have a vision for your career. So let's look ahead like 3 years, right? Where do you hope to be?
I think 4 years from now, man, I want to get back into acting. I don't know if you saw that movie.
No, I didn't.
Apple Cinema. So I was in a movie called Apple Cinema that Connor Holloway shot during the pandemic. It got picked up by Amazon. It's on. I believe it's still on Amazon Prime right now.
Damn, so I'm literally gonna watch it after this interview. I'm not even lying.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's tight. It's a tight movie, man. Yeah, after that experience and be able to go to the premiere and like seeing myself on an IMAX screen and like, you know what I'm saying, it was super tight and that made me really want to get back into acting. So if I get a chance, if music can give me the opportunity to get back or go back into acting in a more serious manner, I think I'll definitely follow that. But realistically, 3 years from now, I just see myself, you know, touring, dropping albums, just connecting with my fans and making sure like I just giving the best experiences, but not only the best versions of WHYTRI that I can possibly give them.
Have you thought about some potential new music? I know you just dropped your album, so I know you're on that tour, but have you thought about like what's next for you?
Oh, the next stuff is crazy, bro. The next music is already here. It's just right now it's about making the correct moves to make sure that the next music has a fighting chance when it comes to all the bigger like artists and acts that are dropping out. So right now, I already know how things are supposed to sound, how they're gonna sound, because it sounds to me, the new stuff is phenomenal.
What is your social media?
So you guys can follow me everywhere at WHYTRI, WHYTRI _ not underscore. You know, if you don't know, I have a Discord. You should join the Discord so you can get unreleased music and videos and just chat with the gang. And what else there? So it's the social media, Discord, websites, WHYTRI.net. See all the music videos, get all the early updates and all that cool jazz. And yeah,